Hi, let's go ahead and see now how to use keyed access pages in data pages. So if you go and open any data page, let's say if this is the data page, so the option of access pages with user defined keys. If you select this option, it will provide you to a facility to go ahead and pass the keys here. So this option of keyed access pages will be available only for list type of data pages. So whereas it will not be available for page type data pages. So this can be applied only for the list type data pages. So whenever we go ahead and use this page list type of data pages, we are able to pass keys which are matching within the resultant page list. So when we pass this key value, so PRPC is going to identify so which page is matching the key value and the page data will be retrieved. So now whenever we go ahead and use this keyed access data pages, and this data page can be only called from to pass the key values from a property. So if you go ahead and open any property, so if the property is of type page, let me go ahead and create a property, test property, and so the property type is equal to single page and it should refer to some class. And now you can go ahead and refer to data page. Now here you can call the data page. So let's say some data page name d underscore states list. So if you go ahead and do this, so if d underscore states list, if this has keys, uh, so d underscore states list, if this has keys, okay, I will show you.
This conference will now be recorded.
Hi guys, let's go ahead and see now keyed access pages option which is available in data pages. So if you go ahead and open a data page, so the data page which is of type list have a checkbox option access pages with user defined keys. So when you go ahead and open the data page which is of type page, then this keyed access pages option is not available. So for the list type data pages only keyed access pages is available. When we select this checkbox, we are allowed to pass one of the property or more than at least one property as a key for the page list. So when this data page is being called and this page list key value has been passed, then in the resultant page list the key value will be identified and the page which is matching with the passed key value out of the list data page will be retrieved and assigned to a page property. So now whenever we are working with keyed access pages data pages, so passing of the value of these keys is possible only from a page property. So your data pages which are of type list which have been defined with keyed page access can only be called from page properties. That means generally a data page can which is of type list can be called from repeating layout. We can call it from a drop down, and we can go ahead and call it from some other rules. So whenever we call any data page from a repeating layout, we have a facility to pass some of the parameter values. Suppose if I define a parameter here, if I refer this data page anywhere, it is going to prompt for passing the value to this parameter. But unlike that, if we have the keyed access pages that are defined with some keys, if we call this data page anywhere in our application development from a repeating layout or something, there is no facility to call there is no facility to pass the key values. So these key values to a data page can only be passed from property level. So that is whenever you go ahead and create a property which is also a page type property. Let's say if I have a property which is of type page, then I call this data page. So d underscore get customers has a key that is being mentioned as customer ID. So now it is going to ask the key value for customer ID. I can pass this value somehow from any of the property that is being referred here. So keys is not possible when you call the data page through a repeating layout. So this is one point which we need to remember. So whenever there is a data page which is of type list with keyed access pages that are being defined with some specific keys, the key values can only be passed when the data page is being referred from a page property. So the reason being, a data page with keys, when we pass, the resultant of that keys related data will be a page data. So because of that reason, the data page must be only called from a page property whenever we are trying to pass the keys which are defined with the keyed access pages of a data page of type list. So let's go ahead and see a user requirement which we can do using this keyed access pages. So the requirement that I wanted to implement is, so I wanted to go ahead and perform a customer search operation, customer search on a table customer, customer. So now whenever I want to go ahead and do this requirement, so what my user interface will have a facility to go ahead and pass the customer ID and to display the results like customer name, age, gender, state, city, zip code, something like this. So for this, we need to create different rules. We need to create a data table. Let's say, let me go ahead and take a data table, which is like customer under data layer. And we need to create a page list data page with keys defined and passed, and with keys defined and mentioned as customer ID, So now this data page should be called from a page property, this database should be called from a page property and pass the key value So this key value will be assigned to one of the property through UI. So in the user interface, user is going to enter the key value to a property. So that property will be referred to pass the value to the key of data page list. So this is what we are going to do now. So for this requirement, I have already created a data type. So the data type is like customer table. So here you go. If you go through the customer table, this customer table related class is SBI data customer. So table is already available. I need to go and design the user interface. I need to create the data pages, all that I have to do. So for the user interface related properties, just generally I can go ahead and create a page in my work class. So I can go ahead and create a page which refers to the same customer class, which I am going to use for defining the customer, displaying the customer data in UI. So now what I'm going to do is, I'm going to create a page property like this. Suppose if you go ahead and see the identifier, this page is referring to customer class, wherein which I have customer ID property which can be used. And for results, I can go ahead and create a separate page like this. For ID, I'm creating one separate page, and for results, I'm going to create a separate page, and I'm going to design the user interface with sections, multiple sections, and then I'm going to display this data in UI by passing the user interface customer ID value to a page list type data page, and thus I'm going to retrieve one record out of the n number of results that are being retrieved by data page, which is of type list. So what I'm going to do now is, initially I'm going to create a page property for ID value. So here you go, create a property. So the property is like customer ID page. So customer ID page I am going to create and open. And here here we have page definition is like SBII data customer, which is the table class. Save this value. I do not want this value. Sorry, this is the page wherein which I'm going to enter the customer data. Similarly, I'm going to create another page. So this is customer results customer results page. I'm going to create and open. And for this customer results page, I must have to go ahead and specify a data page here. So the data page I have to create. Data page name I'm going to give d underscore, let's say get customer. So I'm going to create this d underscore get customer now. underscore get customer applies to SBII data create and open. So this is a data page in which I define the keys. So it is a list type data page. Read only, I'm just selecting the thread level, and here you go, and allow pages with user defined keys, and the key is customer ID. I have specified. Scroll down. So I have to go ahead and create a report, get a report definition. When we create a table, we get data table editor report. So I do not want to go ahead and create a report definition again. So I'm using the existing OOTB report, default report definition rule that gets created. If you want me to open and show this report definition rule, this is the report definition rule, which will fetch customer ID, first name, last name, everything from the table. When I run the report definition rule, I'm going to get this data. So whenever I call this data page, so now if I'm going to save this data page, so whenever I'm going to call this data page from a property, it will prompt for the customer ID. So if I run this data page, now you see, just when I run the data page, simply data page will execute report definition rule. Report definition will bring up and keep all the results on the clipboard under data pages. Now I have multiple results that are being retrieved. But what I am going to do is, whenever I am calling this data page, I am going to pass the key value. So now what PRPC is going to do is, based on this key value, the resultant page data, which is matched in the list of existing results of data page, which is of type list, will be retrieved and assigned to the page property on which I am going to call this data page. Now, when this data page is being called from customer results and passed with the key property value. So just give me 1 minute. I'm going to save this. I've saved it. And here you go. And d underscore get customers is the data page. Just let me refresh this once. So refer to a data page, d underscore get customers. Now it will ask the key value. Now the key value which I wanted to pass is the, what is that I'm going to enter in user interface. In user interface, I'm going to enter a value to customer ID property through this page. So I'm going to pass this like dot customer ID page dot customer ID. So this is the value I'm going to pass to this property. Now, whenever I use this page property in my UI, it is going to load the data by referring a data page. Data page will be executed. While the data page executes, it will take this key value. Now, with the matching key value, how many properties, how many pages are there? There will be only one page that will be retrieved as a resultant and assigned to this page property. Okay, so let's go ahead and design the UI. So here you go, create section, and the section is customer input section. Let's say customer input section. So here you go, create and open, and I'm going to refer this here. I'm not going to bother about the design of the UI. So you can design the way you want, and alignments and all you can perform on your own. Here you go, and simply customer ID page dot customer ID. This is where I'm going to enter the data in the UI. And next is simply I'm going to add a button, and on click of the button, I'm going to refresh the section. Simply I'm going to refresh the section, or I can post the value, anything you can do. So let me go ahead and give a name called search, and presentation I can choose something and then submit this. Now for the results, I'm going to add properties. So the results, you are not required to display all the results. I'm going to display just 3 results. If you want to add all, you can add copy, paste. So let's go ahead and give it like customer results page dot first name. So I can go ahead and choose first name, presentation, and here I want to make it read only always. You can add a visibility condition, you create it as a separate section, and also you can add a visibility condition for the same. And last name and presentation, here I want to make it read only. Similarly, age, gender, state, city, zip code, and number I can add, a number of properties I can go ahead and add. So instead of doing read only all this stuff, multiple times, you can create a separate section for the same, and then you can entire section at a time you can go ahead and make it read only. Because I do not want to take much time here explaining this requirement, I do not want to spend much time on the user interface. By this time you are learning this, you should have clear knowledge about how to create multiple sections and include sections, and how to make everything at a time read only. All this knowledge you should have. Considering the fact that you are already aware of basics of Pega, I'm going to make this example like this, creating everything in simply. So now the section is created. So now the customer ID value that is being entered here, okay, so is going to be, once you click on search, it will be posted to clipboard. Once it is posted to clipboard, here I am using customer results page. So when you go to customer results page is being referred by a data page to load the data page will be executed, and the value which you have entered in the UI will be passed as a key. Now the customer results page key, once it is being passed, this data page has a list data where with the matching key there should be one record in the data page that will be retrieved and assigned to customer results page. Let's go ahead and see now. Create a flow action for the same. Create flow action, customer search flow action, create and open, and here I'll call the section. What is the section I have created? Customer result section. Something I have created, I think customer result, this section name is customer input section. Something I have created, the same I am going to choose. Customer input section, and then save this. So completed. Just as an example, I'm going to create a flow for this name. This is my flow action, and so now if I run the flow and then run, so just me log out and log in back once to make sure everything is fine. I mean, like, it's not required actually, because I already have the data page on clipboard. I just wanted to log out and log in back. So admin at the rate, I believe it is in SBI. I'll open the flow now and then run the flow. Actions and run the flow. So here you can enter the customer ID. I have customer IDs which are already available in the table, cust002, and then click on search. On click of the search, what happens is it will just refresh the UI. When it refreshes the UI, this value will be posted onto clipboard. Here I have used customer page, right? So now by this time, let's go to clipboard and see. If you go to clipboard, data pages, thread level, and you have any page related to this one customer, so there's nothing. So let's go ahead and click on search. So you got the customer results that are being displayed in the UI. So the page which is holding this customer results is customer results page. How we are getting the data onto customer results page? Customer results page is being referred by a data page. If you go ahead here to the thread level, and here you have d_get customers px results. But if you look at here px results, we have multiple results here. But what is the result that is being assigned here onto the clipboard? See, this is cust001, this is cust002. Cust002 has first name, last name, Jansi, female, Uttar Pradesh, Lakshmi, like this. And here if you go ahead, the same data is being retrieved. Suppose if I enter cust003 and then search, there's no 003, it seems 1, and then search, 1 data is available. So if you go to clipboard now and see here data page, and here uh, customer 001 is there, customer 001 with this data. Now, so here whatever the data that is available as a list source on the clipboard on data page is being just copied into a user page called customer results page. So once you click on the button, what happened is the screen has been reloaded. That time at that time this page property is loaded. When this page property is again loaded, it has referred to a data page. This data page has the customer results, everything is fetched, and then key value is being passed. Once the key value is being passed to this data page, from the list of results that are already available on clipboard, one of the page which is matching with this key will be the data is being copied and assigned to the page called customer results page. So that's why we can see this data in the UI. So this is like a page copy operation that is being performed looping through data page internally, and whatever the page page which has the matching key value, that page data is being copied to customer results page. So the advantage of using keyed access pages is, so the data will be retrieved and being made available on the clipboard, entire list data. So whenever you are referring a page property which is calling the data page and passing the key values, now it will search the existing data page on the clipboard and retrieve the data from the one of the matching page with the key value, and then that data will be assigned and copied to the page property on which you are referring the data page to copy the data from. So here the data page, whatever that we have created, and that is loaded only once. It is not loading every time. That is loaded only once, and the data is being copied while it is being referred from a page property. So the advantage of this is, like, if you want to generally perform a customer search, what we have to do is, on click of the button, we need to call some rules. So in the section, if you go ahead to the section, so on click of the button, generally we call an activity or some rule, and the rule will be executed, and then data will be retrieved every time you perform customer search. Suppose you perform customer search for 10 different customers, so 10 different times, 10 times this is going to execute the rule which you call generally on click of the button. So but now the data is loaded onto clipboard only once, and every time when you are searching, the data is copied from the existing data page that is already loaded and being assigned to the page what you see here on the clipboard. The page refresh is being updated, or have been the user page is being updated every time you go ahead with a new key value, and the page is being overridden with the latest data that is being copied from the data page. So by using keyed access pages, the search will happen directly on the clipboard, not on the table. So generally, if you are searching for something using a key, then the key the search happens there on the table by using either obj open or obj open by handle. But now here the search is happening directly on the clipboard of the data page, which is of type list. So this is the advantage that is being done without going to the database again and again for searching with key value. So this is a replacement of obj open or obj. It's not obj. It can be obj open by handle also, wherein which we are not required to hit the database again and again with the key value. So that is the advantage.